if you're new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching my One Piece Chill channel, welcome back. Today we are going to read the latest chapter of One Piece, number 1159. So, of course, spoiler alert if you're not up to date with manga, but let's see what this chapter has. Let's go. Okay, it's called The Island of Destiny. Beautiful. Well, we are continuing with the flashback, so I think we are now going into God Valley, and we have a cover story here with Onichild Yamato and the Holy Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 41. The group heads back to the flower capital, chowing down on some apples. That is so cute. Oh, I want to enlarge. Poor page 1 is on carrying duty. Yamato is so cute. And apples. That is such a nice touch. Ulti is adorable. You know what? I love this group. I love this combination. Very interesting. Okay, I'm very excited about the chapter, so let's move on to it. We have also, by the way, a note from Oda Sensei as usual. One Piece Day is shaping up to be an excellent event. Enjoy the family atmosphere, okay? Oh, One Piece Day, that's exciting. Anyways, 39 years ago, Hachinosu, Pirate Island, all hell has broken loose. Okay, so that's where we go first. Before getting into God's Valley, we go to Hachinosu. What's happening? And it's like raining, and it's windy. It's like a whole storm going on. Did you look everywhere? Don Marlon and the others were killed. They were on guard duty last night. The Don couldn't protect her? It can't be. Who the hell did this? Something happened to Shakuyaku at this point? Like, we know she is okay, like, in the present time. But let's see, what are you saying? Huh? Someone kidnapped our Shaki. Well, I mean, yeah, they can say that. Our Shaki, she's living on their island. She's technically under their protection, you could say, and they fucked it up. It only took the perpetrating party a few hours. But they left behind no trace. Oh my god, Gloriosa is crying. Wait a second. This guy is counting money from the Rock's crew, so he sold some like info out or some route, etc. He helped with the kidnapping. I think that's the implication here. Also, the panel with Gloriosa is just heartbreaking. I'm laughing because I know everything is okay with Shaki, but it's a good panel. The pirates were distraught and shaken with rage. They're all crying. They're shaken with tears. Please be okay, Shaki. You know, it's commendable how they all care about her so much. I mean, it's sweet. Damn you, Rocks! How could Roger is so pissed, like, she was under your protection. How could you let this happen? I'm gonna kick your ass. Word spread across the seas. Shaki. Rayleigh is worried too. Like, at this point, she showed very high interest in Rayleigh, but I think since he feels like it has to be like serious relationship, staying somewhere, like building a family, he decided not to answer her feelings yet. But I think this panel where he is clearly distraught, I think that could be like one of the implications that he also has some feelings towards her. Well, not necessarily, obviously you would worry about someone, you know, like if something happened to them, but I think in this particular case, right, it could be the implication. And we have, I guess this is like the news in the newspaper with her fabulous photo and someone simping over her in the corner, and the people sank into deep despair, their smiles fading as the world's economy ground to a halt. The world's economy ground to a halt for several weeks. Is this because of Shaki? They were all so shocked that not just like Hachinosu, they were especially, I feel like, sad about this, especially since they, I think, should feel guilty that they let this happen, right? But like the whole world was mourning, like what is happening to Shaki? Is she alive? Is she okay? What happened to her? So like the whole economy was ground to a halt. Okay, What happens next? 1 year later, God Valley, West Blue. Okay, now we go to God Valley. So we don't know yet, like, what is happening to Shaki here. Did they say something about this, like, in the present? I don't remember any mentions, like, what could this be, to be honest. But now, yeah, we go to God Valley, West Blue. And I think, like, this is exactly the time when the incident happened. Carling, I'm so happy. Mother of Shanks and Shamrock is saying. The father does not look too impressed. I always knew you'd come back. Shamrock, Shanks, it's your father. I kind of feel bad for her. Well, I don't know yet, but even from this first panel, I feel like I'm even quite sure she maybe dies soon. Like, he just wanted kids and he used her as an incubator. I don't know, that's just like the impression I'm getting. Twins, huh? How precious. Yeah, they're your kids. Why don't you stay here with me? Yeah, like, she's in love, I feel like. Well, if we were to share a home, it certainly wouldn't be here. This island won't be around much longer. Yeah, because, like, he knows that hunt is happening here, and they're, like, killing off all the people, shit like that. But at least he's saying, like, if we shared home, maybe there is a possibility he could take her there, and, like, she stayed living with him there, and Marie Joa. Besides, I've already secured a Versi bride for myself and placed the order. Yeah, I feel like this is interesting. I think he clearly, maybe, I feel like he wanted those kids. I feel like that was the intention. He wooed this woman. Maybe because there's something special, like he said, to God Valley. So he thought, like, the kids born from a woman from God Valley, there's going to be something special about those kids. But obviously he wants a bride who is, like, of the same social status as him. So I feel like this poor woman was probably, like, killed in the hunt or something like that. She will be mine, provided I triumph in the upcoming tourney. Placed the order. Well, he said he secured a Versi bride. But if he doesn't triumph in this hunt, she would be like, I changed my mind. You're not cool enough. Tourney? Oh my god. I feel so bad for this mom. Shanks and Shamrock's mom. Oof. Oh my god. He just killed her immediately. Holy shit, what is... Like, that is crazy. Obviously, the twins are crying. I'm not sure, like, they are very small, so we don't know, like, to what extent they understand what is happening, but their biological dad just killed their biological mom, like, right in front of them. I felt like I have to add the biological dad because I feel like he's not dead enough in my eyes, especially since he's doing stuff like that, and I don't think he cares about them, like, deeply in any way. So it feels like I can't really say dead. Like, it's more like, yeah, he's just biological dead to them. It's just technical stuff. That's why I feel like. But yeah, that is horrific. I'm glad it's kind of in black silhouettes, so it's not too graphic, because, like, the scene itself, that's crazy. Begin the preparations. Yes, so making landfall now. So yeah, basically the hunt already begins. He came here for the hunt, and this was like his first kill, you could say. Before the tourney, though, like, it's not started yet, so I guess that doesn't count. That shouldn't count. But that's besides the point. Like, the question is now, how does he feel about these twins? Like, is this something that he wanted, or is this going to happen like, I only need one, so I'm going to only take one, and that's how, like, he chooses Shamrock, and Shanks stays and inevitably ends up on Roger's crew because of being left behind here. Let's see, Navy ships from the world government. That's right, they've surrounded the whole island. Are they searching for some wild criminal? Get the children inside. Limit yourselves to tranquilizer rounds. If they don't resist, just capture them. Lieutenant Commander, what exactly is the goal of this operation? It's a training exercise. Now zip it. You are 10 years too early to be questioning orders, cadet. But... wait a second. This guy... don't you think he kinda looks like Dragon? When did Dragon become a revolutionary? Squad leader, what's the deal with the upstart? My apologies, he's still in training. Excuse me, what's going on? Like this, witnessing this incident would be the perfect turning point to become the revolutionary, because it kind of makes sense if he is Garp's son, so initially he kind of follows into Garp's footsteps and he becomes a cadet here, but then he sees this shit and he's like, what the fuck? I'm not staying. Like, this is batshit crazy. I'm tearing this whole system down. And this poor man asked what's going on. He was immediately murdered. Do not resist. Keep still. What? Run, they're capturing everyone. But why? Yeah, I feel like, yeah, because you guys refused to join, like, the world government system, so, yeah. But these are just ordinary civilians, maybe Dragon is saying. Don't question it. There's no room for personal doubts when following military orders. Just focus on completing the mission. Huh? I was right. No, it was actually pretty easy, because I feel like the hairstyle, it's actually impressive, because he's so much younger. I don't think we saw him that young before, but the hairstyle, the face, it was so recognizable. Okay, Huff, it's okay, tranquilizer rounds shouldn't kill anyone, he's thinking. I think he has been lied to, probably. They are not tranquilizer rounds. Though if I think about it, even if some people were murdered before the start of the hunt, they would probably need to save more people, so like the celestial dragons can kill them, kind of save these kills for them, so mostly they were capturing them, so then these people can be released and used in this live hunt, so to say. So yeah, probably they actually did have tranquilizer rounds, the Marines. And yeah, we see the confirmation. Marine, Monkey D. Dragon, future Supreme Commander of the Revolutionary Army, father of Luffy. Yeah, as I said, like, perfect turning point. Sorry, if you let me detain you, I won't shoot, he is saying. I don't know what's going on, but I'm leaving this island, out of the way, some old man is yelling. And Dragon does shoot them. Huff, put on your masks, it's sleeping gas. Navy prison ship transporting slaves. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Communications room. Could have sworn I saw someone. Big bro, Ginny, you're safe. What a relief. I did it. Now it's up to the informant to relay it. You know, it's also maybe the place where Eva's son met Dragon, because like we got a snippet of that hunt before with Kuma, right? We saw it from his point of view, and he did meet the slaves that I think that they were brought to this island, correct? If I remember correctly. But we didn't really see Dragon yet, right? But here in this flashback, we see Dragon also. He is a little bit older, I think, than them, but I feel like that could be also the beginning, not only like of the idea of that revolutionary army in Dragon's head, but actually the beginning of the formation of revolutionary army in terms of like people that this army consists of. Don't be loud, you two, and don't do anything rash, all the people are thinking. You'll get us punished too. Punished? Maran, do you want to die with no knowledge of where they're taking us? He was yelling. You need to try if you want to be safe. Miracles are not so easy to come by. Big bro, I mean, a good point. Like, if you just sit down and not do anything, then nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to change for you. Okay, that's Kuma, right? The slaves are getting rowdy. So there are still slaves with spirit, he's thinking to himself. Yeah, little Kuma looked a bit different, but I'm pretty sure I recognize him from like that flashback. It was a bit ago, it was during Egghead, but yeah, it's pretty cool how we already saw a snippet from one side, so to say, mostly only focused on Kuma, on Bartholomew, but now we are getting it from the other side, getting more information. I don't know, there's something very exciting about this, right? Cypher Pol, Intelligence Bureau. You have more absurd intel? What is this time? Oh my god, Morgans! He looks so dapper. I think that's the word. Don't be coy. You guys must have caught wind of that transmission too. Let's skip to the part where you pay me off. You'd rather keep this story quiet, right? So you want me not to write about this. He is already president of the World Economic Journal at this point, and so they are saying he's just some kid running a local paper with a fancy name. How does he keep getting intel like this? Yeah, he is much younger here, but he already is the president of the World Economic Journal. I think that's pretty impressive. Don't push your luck, you'll be erased. Guava, just try and stop me. Well, he's not erased at this point in the story, in the present time. So he's doing pretty well evading that. Fools, I'm gonna leak news to Pirate Island. Either way. So he has some important news that he is going to give to Hachinosu. Is he talking about God Valley specifically, since we are focusing on that this chapter? Like, you guys, you don't want the whole world to know that you're doing this hunts and like all the info about like the slaves and the regular people that are not affiliated just with world government being just hunted and murdered for fun. Maybe that's like that would be the story that I feel like they would prefer to cover it up, right? For the affiliated countries not to know like what they are doing with others, but also is this where Morgans tells the story to Hachinosu, and the point where Rox decides to go to God Valley, and like how it all kind of converges here. Let's see. It's Shaki. She's still alive? Is this for real? I'm so relieved. Where did you say she is? God Valley. Where's that? So she wasn't just kidnapped. She was taken to God's Valley? This smells fishy, the guy who sold her out says. Can we trust this source? There's no doubt about it. The Navy is in turmoil, so he also knew probably that she's being taken to God Valley. For what? To be hunted also? To be sold as a slave? Like, what is the point? Or was she the bride that Garland wanted? Well, because she's beautiful. What is going on? She's gonna be a prize in the Celestial Dragon Tournament. Yes, she is a prize. So when he means like secured a wife, so world government, with the help of this guy from the Rox crew that sold her out in a way, right? They kidnapped Shaki to make her a prize. So not only it's going to be a tournament to murder a lot of innocent people, also the Figureland is hoping to win the tournament as he always does. I think he's like a reigning champion. Do they do it very often? So yeah, and he wants her to be his bride because she's gorgeous, basically. She's gonna be a prize. So those dumb government bastards were the ones who kidnapped her. Shaki-chan! That is so disgusting. The Celestial... okay, so that's even more reason. I would be like, okay, but Rox, they kind of need a bit more reason, right? To go to God Valley. And this is this reason. That's why they go. The Celestial Dragon's human hunt. I always figured that was a baseless rumor. Yeah, see, because there are some rumors going around, but yeah, I think the world government doesn't want the info to come out. Especially, I feel like what Morgans is also saying, it's more like the part about Shaki. Because, see, the whole world came to a standstill when she disappeared. If they get to know about all of this, that would be crazy. Like, the uproar would be crazy. The world government doesn't want this story out. But Morgans at least told this to Rox, and that's how Rox, they go to the island, to God Valley. Looks like they're putting devil fruits up for grabs, kinda. Didn't you want one? Another motivation. What do these ones do? These fruits could be perfect for my kids, she's thinking also. Damn, she looks so cool, like in her younger years. She's not only gorgeous, she has this, I don't know, bit of, is, she doesn't look too feminine. There's something this like rugged and rough about her, something cool that I really dig, very attractive. What if this is some sort of trap? Shut it, Rox is saying. Yeah, we are going. We are certainly going. If you've got cold feet, you can just stay behind on this island, he is saying. Let's move, God Valley awaits. Yeah, we have good motivations. We are going. Then we see what Roger pirates are talking about. Yeah, and so obviously, if this info comes to them, they're also like, yeah, we go there because of Shaki. That's already a great motivation. Well, also, I think they would be against the hunt itself. But yeah, I think Shaki herself is like the main thing here in this chapter, the main motivation for everyone to come to God Valley. And there they get Shanks. That's what I'm getting to at. Gyaban, where's God Valley? It's pretty far, but we should make it in time. You're with me, right, fellas? Of course we are! And Rayleigh's here up front. Yeah, I'm sure they're all enraged about Shaki. But again, I think the point being made at Rayleigh being shown here a bit up front, kind of showing that he cares about her. Obviously, again, I should say, he would care about her in any case, because like they know each other and she's in this horrible position. Not necessarily because he has romantic feelings, but still I feel like it's kind of being slowly set up, Rox is already on the move. We can't let him get ahead. Yeah, let's make this also a competition. Who saves her first? It was an unlikely turn of events, but this small leak led to the mobilization of all the toughest men on the seas. And Garp is here saying, it seems Roger is heading there too. Lead with that next time. I'm on my way. And because Roger is heading there, Garp is like, oh wait, Roger, that's the one I want. I'm going there too. It's a giant ship. Who cares? Sink it. It's a giant's ship, right? Wait, what is it, Rox? We can't stop now. So Harald meets him at the sea now. Is he still set on killing Rox and getting the affiliation with world government? Oh my god, he actually, like, look at this panel. Harald, at this point, he does look like a demon, and the army, I don't know, he's painted in such a dark light here. It really is like his downfall, I feel like, as a person, as a character, in a way. They said your entire crew was obsessed with this woman. That's how I knew I'd be able to intercept you here, Rox. If we fought without any regard for our own lives, we could sink your puny little ship with ease. See that vessel over there? It's a government surveillance ship. So you are still trying to curry favor by playing the government's lapdog? You may be king of the overgrown brutes, but you are underestimating us. Are you really content to let the government sit back and watch as we tear each other apart? So, yeah, the government ship is there so they can witness me killing you, Rox, and so they let me in their world government where they have slaves hunting people and other fantastic, fabulous stuff. You are nothing but a giant lunatic clinging to your deluded version of progress. Why don't we talk it out? Just the two of us. Oof, let's see where this is going. Okay, so now they're drinking sake, or it's only Harald who is drinking. You must have an idea where we are going, Rox is saying, and what we are doing. Listen, this is for your ears only. I ain't gonna tell anyone else, not even my own crew. Right, they are, I guess Rox is there somewhere. He's just so tiny we can't really see him there. Your Majesty, why talk to him? That bastard, we don't have time to take it easy. I bet even now my Shaki is calling for help. Yeah, they're kinda in a rush, but okay. I've got a hidden name, Rox is saying. It's Devi Di Xipek. Wait, Devi? Like Devi back fight? But huh? Wait, let's read until the end. You are not really called Rox? I reckon the world government has been trying to erase this specific name for a long time. It's tied to the lineage of the legendary pirate Davy D. Jones. The name still commands some influence in the underworld even now, but it's barely scraping by. Wait, that's actually pretty cool information. And I think it adds another interesting, I don't know, flavor to the fact that he collected his crew through Davy Back fights. Davy D. Jones. Wait, that is so exciting. I ain't sure if the timing was good or bad, Rox is saying, drinking from a huge sake, if you can call it cup, I'm not sure. But 2 years ago, I had a kid. To keep him totally safe, I sent my family away, back to my hometown, and I told them to count on the Davy clan. Huh, interesting. I see. So your kin, your wife and child are back in your hometown, but why are you revealing your weak spot to me? My hometown is God Valley! Man, it's not a safe spot right now! Holy shit! He has more motivation than just Shaki to go there. Blackbeard, Marshall D. Teach, Davy D. How do I call him if you kind of take this surname, from Rox and push it onto him? But in any case, his kid and his wife are there. Holy shit. Are you saying the government staged this just to lure you in? Do you think that's what Figureland was talking about? That he found something very interesting on the island. He somehow found out about Rock's wife and child and decided to, maybe Shaki was also another layer just in case, but I don't know, or maybe he just wanted Shaki as a bride and it's just a coincidence. But the real lure was his wife and kid. But also maybe Shaki would be like an explanation to his crew why he would go there, like so he doesn't have to tell about wife and child. In any case, nah, the Celestial Dragons are gathering there, right? They wouldn't want me crashing their party. They just made a mistake. Did they? Or maybe Figureland is like so sure of himself, of his strengths? Because he did say he did find some very important secret there on God Valley. He wanted to specifically do the hunt there. There must be something about this. Okay, only 2 pages left, I think. Still, it feels like destiny is pulling me in, Rox is saying, dragging me back. Taking Shaki was their biggest blunder. As long as I get my wife and kid to safety, I will be at peace with whatever happens next. Well, that's fair. That makes sense. That's the most important for him. But it doesn't feel like luck is on my side anymore. Harold, lend me a hand. So he is asking for help because they used to be friends before Harold went crazy, to be honest. I don't know how else to call it. No way. I'm gonna sink you right here, right now. Harold. Yeah, see? Rox opened his heart to him, told him about his family, and that's still Harold's response. You see how cold his heart has become? Is that so? Bring it on. Don't interfere. Huh? It's hard to believe, but every 3 years, the Celestial Dragons chose an unaffiliated nation rich in resources and turned it into a hunting ground where they slaughter all the natives for sport. Well, we already know this. Let's start with this panel. You cowardly rat! So I think the fight is here right now, happening on the giant ship, because we see the ship blowing out and the Rox ship looks fine right now. So I think they did make it to the island as far as I remember. So probably they did manage to just evade Harold here and get to the island. We definitely know that Blackbeard survives, so maybe Rox kinda, sacrificed his life in a way to save his family and managed to save either both of them or at least his kid. But he himself has died. Maybe we are even going to see his death, and then it will be confirmed that it's not just a disappearance but actually death. And now we go to God Valley here, where poor people are crying, help us, how can this be allowed to happen? Yeah, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up. I mean, the world government, it wasn't good in other areas as well. Like, that could be already enough to not be happy with world government, but this is like next level fucked up. Also, reaching resources, I think, is an important point here. Maybe there's also some important resource, and that is why Figureland chose this island, because like we kill all the locals here so they don't bother us, and then we get those resources, right? Okay, now the double page. Oh my god. Okay, we see Shaki here right away being used as a prize. Oh my gosh. Let's see, that's a big panel. We now present the grand prize of the tournament, beyond all the rare devil fruits up for grabs. In one of the calm belts of the Grand Line lies the Isle of Women. Behold, their former empress, the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is Shakuyaku, and all these disgusting celestial dragons having very disgusting faces. Oh my gosh. Woo! The winner can decide whether to take her as a wife or as a slave. Well, to be honest, being a wife to a celestial dragon, I feel like that's kind of the same as being a slave. Okay, maybe you do less physical work. Wow, she's gorgeous. I want her. Since her capture, she's been kept spotless and pristine in every way. Wow, thank you. She's the very definition of a priceless treasure. What an amazing prize, Summers! You'd better win her for the Shepherd family. Oh my god, that is so... And she has a very fitting facial expression, honestly, like for the situation. Nothing to say here, that is very sad. Don't be stupid, I'm gonna make her my personal property when I win. Summers is saying she will be my wife. Figureland says, quit dreaming, Summers. No, she's going to be Rayleigh's wife. Shut up. Gunka, with you here, we might just take home the clan war trophy. And we have Gunka here with long hair. It's interesting, we see a little bit of the snippets of God Knights that we met in present time. I'm sorry, and I'm very curious about Gunka and like her connection to Brooke and everything, right? So I hope we're going to explore that at some point too. I feel like there's going to be like another flashback after that. Not connected to this one. I feel like I will go back to present time. We'll see a little bit more like of what's happening there, and then I feel like we'll get Gunka's flashback. Please help my kids, you have to get them off the... Wait, this is a very important point. So see, Dragon, he comes into one house where the woman is begging, please help my kids, you have to get them off the island, don't let him take them. And she's very bloodied. Come here, Teach, it will be alright. You have to survive. Okay, I'm not quite sure. We have this person here in shackles and this kid in shackles, and they are in some kind of cell, so I feel like that is a different spot. The house that Dragon comes into might be that, yeah, I feel like that's the house with Shanks and Shamrock, because first of all, my kids, right? Two of them. Second of all, this is a different setting. It's a house, and the woman, she left a trail of blood. So Figureland didn't finish killing her, so to say, right? Maybe she pretended to stay dead until he left, and then she tried to hide, and here she's asking for help. So, well, we know we are not going to see in this chapter like how the paths will diverge, how Shanks will end up on Roger's ship, and how Shamrock will end up as a God's Knight. But it's interesting that it's Dragon here, and I'm sure, knowing Dragon, he would don't let him take them. So she doesn't want Figureland to take the kids. Are they here right now? You have to get them off the island. I don't see the stroller. So Figureland, I think he wants to take the kids. But she's like, I don't want this man to take the kids now. He has tried to murder me and now he's murdering the whole island. I don't want him to take the kids. So either they're here with her, which honestly doesn't seem to be the case, or she wants Dragon to find them and get them off the island. Then we have another panel where we see that Rox's wife and kid are already in shackles like slaves, but I think maybe she's trying to save him somehow, because she's saying it will be alright, you have to survive. So maybe she figured a way for him to run away, and she wants him to run away alone and try to survive somehow, and we know he does, but maybe most likely I feel like she doesn't. So that's a very depressing start of his life, which I feel like is an interesting thing to know when thinking about his character. Kind of makes me glad that at this point in life he got everything that he got right now. I don't think he is a very good character. He is not as good as Rox, in my opinion. I mean, like, as a person, obviously. Not as a character, but as a person. I think as a character, Blackbeard is fantastic. It's a bit different, right? I don't think he's a very good person, right? I feel like Rox was a pretty good person, but we can say, like, we can understand why Marshall D. Teach grew up the way he is right now if his life started like that. That's what I'm trying to get at. Every World Noble knows the tourney features several super rare rabbits to hunt. This year, we have not only secured a brat from the Buccaneer tribe, but for the first time in 800 years, we've also uncovered members of the Devi clan. And that's probably, they are referring to Rox's wife and child, because, like, I'm not sure about her. Is she from the clan? I think that kind of wouldn't make sense, right? It's kind of interfamilial marriage then. So I think she's like, as a wife of Rox, she's now considered the member in a way. But yeah, future Blackbeard, he is the one that actually has that blood in him right now, because he's a direct descendant. I'm not sure. He said also, Rox said that it is his home island, so there might be more members of the Devi clan here, since, well, that's his home island. Okay, makes sense, right? The site of the Great Clash. Holy shit, there are so many more details to this God Valley incident that I wouldn't even think of. That is so crazy. The scale is crazy. This is so exciting. Honestly, I don't know how will I go back to the present time, because this flashback, it's too hype. It's too cool. It's too interesting, too engaging. I want to stay there forever. I don't want to go back to the present. It was a really cool chapter. I'm so excited to see more about God Valley, and I can't wait. Honestly, the next week, I think there is no break, but unfortunately, I will be gone for a month. I'm going abroad. Hopefully everything goes well, and so I won't be able to make reactions for a few weeks. When I come back in October, I will film still, because that's how I'm reading the chapters now. I will film them, right? And but yeah, it's only going to be in October when I am going to continue reading, which sucks in a way, because I'm super excited about the next chapter, but I'll only get to read it in October, after October 6th. So yeah, that's it is how it is. But I have prepared also reactions to new One Piece openings that I'm going to release in September. You know, with this like prepared release stuff. But other than that, yeah, there are not going to be any chapter reactions from me in September and beginning of October. Yeah, if you want to discuss something, obviously like about this chapter, right? Again, it will be all spoilers for me if you want to talk about future chapters when they come out, before I come back and like make a reaction to all of them, however much we will have at this point. At least we'll have one next week for sure, then maybe a break, then maybe another one. So yeah, please share your thoughts on this chapter though in the comments. I feel like it was very exciting, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of things like confirmed or revealed or shown, and it's just so cool. So yeah, please share your thoughts on the chapter and your favorite moment as usual in the comments down below. But that will be it for today, so thank you for watching and see ya.